When the opponent is strong, we're strong. When the opponent is weak, we're even weaker. No line captures the bizarre, contradictory version of Chelsea under Enzo Maresca better than this. Football is full of surprises, but the way this Chelsea side flips between personalities is something that's equal parts hilarious and infuriating. Before kickoff at Elland Road, everyone had already written the script. On one side, Chelsea, the reigning Club World Cup champions, full of confidence, coming off a run of sparkling performances. On the other, Leeds United, a team falling apart, stuck near the bottom of the table, riding a 4-game losing streak like a car with no brakes sliding downhill. Every stat, every bit of logic pointed to an easy 3 points for the visitors. But reality hit the Blues like a bucket of ice water. Chelsea didn't just lose. They were beaten mentally, outworked and outwilled on a day when their defensive structure looked like it was put together by amateurs. They became victims of their own arrogance. Right now, Chelsea are starting to look like the Premier League's strange version of Robin Hood, stealing points from the rich and powerful, only to generously donate them to the struggling and desperate. It's a paradox that hangs over Stamford Bridge with no explanation in sight. They can play dazzling football, smashing Barcelona 3-0, outclassing Liverpool 2-1, beating Spurs in a fiery derby, and most recently holding Arsenal to a 1-1 draw even while playing with 10 men. Those performances shine like diamonds. Yet they suddenly mean nothing when placed next to the humiliating defeats against weaker sides. This loss to Leeds wasn't a freak accident. It follows the painful defeat at home to newly promoted Sunderland at the end of October. It's becoming painfully clear. Chelsea's fear of small teams is turning into a chronic disease. The nightmare in Yorkshire began in a way nobody saw coming. Before the fans even had time to settle into their seats, Chelsea managed to shoot themselves in the foot. Just 6 minutes in, during a routine set piece that their defenders completely switched off on, Jaka Bijol rose above everyone and powered a header past Robert Sanchez. A punch to the jaw, early, sharp, and stunning. But with their quality, Chelsea should have known how to respond. So what did they do? They kept the ball. They controlled the tempo. They recorded 73% possession in the first half. But what's the point of having the ball when you do absolutely nothing with it? Leeds, backs against the wall, set up a concrete bunker in front of their box. They handed Chelsea the stage, let them dance around with the ball, and then waited for the perfect moment to strike back with razor-sharp counters. And when Chelsea's frustration reached its peak, Leeds delivered the second devastating blow. In the 43rd minute, the moment of brilliance didn't come from a £100 million superstar. It came from Ao Tanaka. The Japanese midfielder lit up Elland Road with an outrageous long-range strike. A true stunner, a bucket of ice water poured straight over Chelsea's overheated heads. Early in the second half, it looked like Enzo Maresca's adjustments might finally bring some light to the end of the tunnel. In the 50th minute, Pedro Neto, one of the few bright spots on the pitch, pulled one back to spark hope. Suddenly, people started dreaming about a comeback, about a big team finally waking up at the right moment. But that tiny spark of hope didn't last long. It was crushed almost instantly by a level of defending that would embarrass a Sunday League team. In the 72nd minute came a moment that Chelsea fans will probably replay in their nightmares for weeks. From what looked like a harmless situation, Malo Gusto won the ball back. Instead of clearing it safely, he tried to roll it back to Tosin Adarabioyo. The pass put Tosin under pressure, and his clumsy first touch right on the edge of a 50-50 situation turned Chelsea's box into an open buffet for Leeds. And Leeds didn't need a second invitation. Noah Okafor pounced like a predator. Sanchez managed to block the first shot, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin smashed in the rebound into an empty net. That third goal summed up everything: awful positioning, poor individual technique, and a total loss of concentration. The perfect disaster. But these losses aren't just about individual errors. They expose a huge tactical hole in Chelsea's setup, a hole shaped exactly like Moises Caicedo. Suspended after his red card against Arsenal, the Ecuadorian midfielder's absence ripped the heart out of Chelsea's engine room. The stats say it all. Without Caicedo starting, Chelsea win only 25% of their games, 2 out of 8. With him on the pitch, the win rate jumps to 52%. Without their ball-winning machine, Chelsea's midfield looked soft, passive, and unable to protect the back line. Enzo Fernandez, or anyone else, simply can't replace what Caicedo brings. And these discipline issues, these unnecessary red cards, are becoming self-inflicted wounds that keep killing Chelsea's ambitions this season. And it wasn't just tactics. Chelsea were beaten in spirit too. Elland Road has never been a friendly place, and this time it was a full-blown cauldron. The rivalry between the two clubs was fueled by tens of thousands of roaring fans. The Leeds players, energized by that electric atmosphere, played like their lives depended on it. They won every duel, every 50-50, every loose ball. They never let Chelsea breathe. Watching Chelsea's young players wilt under that pressure was painful. Even Neto, the goal scorer, hesitated at times, backing away from challenges with Bogle. This was fierce, gritty, old-school English football, and Maresca's young, fragile team simply didn't have the toughness to handle it. This 3-1 defeat felt like a painful rerun of the embarrassing 3-0 loss at the same ground 3 years ago. After this heavy stumble, Chelsea remains stuck in fourth place with 24 points, but the gap to league leaders Arsenal has now stretched to 9. And given how consistent their rivals are, that's a mountain, not a gap. Leeds, meanwhile, earned a win worth its weight in gold. Those 3 points pulled them out of the relegation zone and up to 17th with 14 points, reigniting their hopes of survival. For Chelsea, this wasn't just about losing 3 points. It shook the belief in their title ambitions to the core. Gary Neville put it bluntly: Chelsea can make the top 4, but winning the league is a fantasy. And he has a point. The spine of this team, goalkeeper, center-back, center-forward, simply isn't strong enough to be champions. Robert Sanchez doesn't inspire total confidence. Defenders like Tosin and Gusto are talented but raw, error-prone, and nowhere near the level needed to carry a title charge. And the attack, for some reason, turns completely toothless whenever they face weaker opponents. Enzo Maresca tried to defend his team, saying inconsistency is part of the process and that big performances against Barca or Arsenal raised expectations too high. He's right, but not right enough. In the Premier League, the most unforgiving league in the world, consistency is the real measure of class. You can't call yourself a title contender when you crush a giant today, but collapse against a relegation candidate tomorrow. Right now, Chelsea looked like a talented teenager, exciting, emotional, explosive, but lacking the composure and maturity of a fully grown contender. Their early season rise felt like a fairy tale, but the story is slowly being strangled by their own flaws. Poor discipline that leads to costly red cards, complacency against weaker sides, and tactical naivety when facing low-block teams. Unless they fix this Robin Hood syndrome, tighten up their discipline, and reinforce a shaky backline, the dream of lifting silverware will remain nothing more than a distant illusion. And when the final whistle blew, what lingered wasn't just the 3-1 scoreline. It was the hollow, painful disappointment of the fans. They hoped for a push forward. Instead, they got a brutal step backward. The season is long, yes, but with this level of fragility and inconsistency, Chelsea are likely to face many more earthquakes along the way. A harsh lesson at Elland Road. And the big unanswered question now is this: can these young legs grow up quickly enough after such a costly fall